TNA Knockout, fan favorite, flask carrying.
Oh boy.
ODB!
You say the lovely ODB.
The lovely and talented ODB.
I feel like I'm getting my mugshot.
Grew up in Minnesota,
Yep.
Minneapolis. What was it like there? Big wrestling, big AWA territory.
AWA, got the Ganyas. I mean, it was, a lot of greats came out of Minneapolis. And I was actually trained by a guy named Eddie Sharkey, who discovered the Road Warriors, Mr. Perfect, Ravishing and Rick Rude, the High Flyers, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, Killer Bees. Actually, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell was the very first wrestler that I got my picture taken with. And then I actually I had my Zubas on, and I went to a place called The Gym up in Minnesota, and a lot of the wrestlers would work out there, like Larry Zbyszko. Then you got Barry Darsow from Demolition. And Barry Darsow was very nice to me, and I got my picture. I actually still have it with my Zubas, my Venice Beach muscle shirt, and I'm like, hey. Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah, big fan. Yeah, I've been a fan since I was, little. I used to beat up my littler brother in front of his girlfriends. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun for him, right?
Yeah, real cute.
Being such a fan back then, what is it like now with fans? And fans cheer for you, they come up to you, they talk to you?
The TNA fans are awesome. I obviously, without them, we wouldn't be here. And I have so much respect for all the fans, and I'm willing to give my time up at any time, If I know how it is, like if I was a fan growing up, it breaks your heart if, especially if that person you wanted to meet so bad and then they're a dick, It's like, but I'll let them buy me a beer or two.
Just two?
Yeah, just two, yeah.
That's the limit, the two drink limit.
Yeah, that's my drink limit.
When you decided, all right, this is something I want to do, what was the thought behind that, and then get involved with it?
Oh boy, when I decided I wanted to be a wrestler, it's funny because like growing up, you're watching it, and I'm like, they're just larger than life characters, and there's no way a normal person could do that. Well, I figured that is actually true. We're not normal here. But I went to college, all that stuff, and then went home, and I was watching it one night, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. My parents are very supportive. They've been supportive since day one, and they always believed in me, And but yeah, then my parents were like, well, if that's what you want to do, you got money, so go sign up at a wrestling camp, and they'll take your money.
Yeah, they're always good about taking the money. Yeah. That's the thing.
So I started in 2000, and I think I had my first match in like 2001 at a bar in Minneapolis called Grumpy's.
Apropos.
Yeah. What?
Apropos, that's fitting.
Yeah.
It's at a bar,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kind of worked out. I remember it was like, oh my God, it was called Grumpy's. It's still there off Washington, and they fit the ring, and it's like the bar was right here, so you couldn't hit those ropes. That was the wall. You couldn't hit those ropes. So I basically
worked... ceiling?
Yeah, you could. Well, I don't go up the top
That's
rope anyways,
true.
But never did. But yeah, so I basically worked my first match without touching the ropes. It's good.
You didn't have to worry about any rope burns.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Have you been back to Grumpy's?
Actually, yeah. And they actually have a couple new... It's kind of a brand now in Minneapolis, so they have a couple of Grumpy bars. But yeah, I want to go back there again, actually. Maybe I'll go there this weekend.
You mentioned college, so
Yep.
What were you studying in college?
I actually played hockey, ice hockey, in college. I played in high school as a goalie. And I'm sorry, I need a snack.
Starbursts are always good, so that's all right.
But yeah, I went to college for advertising. But I wasn't a big drinker in high school, because I was a jock. And I let loose in college. I went to St. Cloud State in Minnesota. Oh boy. Yeah, and then I had my dorm roommate was my best friend from high school. Oh my God, it was not good. I got in trouble after my first year in college. I had to, change things up. So I wanted to play hockey, so. But after like a year and a half, 2 years in college, I actually, not a lot of people know this, I actually did a college internship with Disney World.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I lived in Orlando, now I'm back, but I lived in Orlando for about a year or so, and I worked at the parks. I started out at Animal Kingdom. I actually opened up that park. I was a greeter. And then I worked on the Jungle Cruise in the Magic Kingdom. And I think that's where, I think I was like 19, 20 years old. I think that's where kind of like the entertainment part kind of came out of me, because I was, actually, believe it or not, I am kind of shy. I'm quiet sometimes.
No.
But, growing up, I was very shy. So I think that kind of made me get out of my shell, because, you know, you had to give like a 20-minute tour in the jungle and tell ridiculous jokes, you know. So yeah, I think that was the start of ODB.